Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. Today, we're going to do some stretching with the band and use the band on a few things to get a little bit extra resistance for. But we're not going to plan the whole class around the stretchy band. So we're going to use it for a few things, but not everything. Also note, you can make this class different every time you do it by using different resistance on your stretchy band. So light resistance is going to make you feel one way. Medium, which is what I'm using today, will make you feel a different way. And heavy will actually make it really, really intense. So choose wisely on your resistance. We're going to start standing. And just so that you don't have to bend over and grab it, you can put the band just around the back of your neck here while you're standing. Now to get started, just kind of do a little posture check here. So I'm just going to turn sideways. So my hip bones, knees and feet are tracking forward and I'm hip width apart. So I'm right in line with the hip bones. I'm zipping up and in. I'm making sure that my knees are not locked out here. So they're a little soft. That'll help my pelvis stand in more neutral state. I'm just going to roll my shoulders back. So eventually you're trying to get to ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles as best as you can. Just do that as best as you can. Kind of notice how that feels. And then once you're ready, good. From here, take a big inhale and reach. Zipping up that front body, turning palms away, grow taller from crown to tail as you come down. Turning palms up, inhale and reach. Turning palms away, grow taller from crown to tail. Let's add a knee bend onto this. Arms up and reach. Exhale as you press down, bend the knees, hips, knees, and toes stay in that alignment. Press through the heels and the glutes as you come all the way up. Turning palms away and taking that down. Root into the feet, engage those glutes, rise all the way up. One more time and taking that down. And we'll press one more time, coming up. Reach, reach, reach. Turning palms away, stay standing and coming down. From here, I'm just going to rotate side to side and we're going to let my body do it the way that it needs to do it. So my hips are going to move. My knees might bend as I move. I'm just going to let them do what they need to do. Good. Now, if this is the way your body needs to move right now and you want to stay here, stay here. Otherwise, a little bit more challenging. Keep the hips stable, only move from the torso. So then it looks like this. Good. So no movement at all in the hips, showing you that from a side view. Your arms can be anywhere you want. I've just got mine lifted just so you can see better. Good. And then from here, good. Let's take that right arm up, big inhale, exhale, take a side bend to the left. As you take a side bend to the left, keep the hips stable, really root down this right side. Good. Using that right side, engage and come all the way up. Left arm comes up, side bend to the right. Good. Stabilize and root through the left. And coming back up, let's do that one more time. To the left. And coming back up and to the right. And returning. Good. From here, roll those shoulders out. We're going to use our band to assist us with the shoulder opener. So from here, I'm threading my band between my pointer and my thumb. Now come to the side here. Good. So again, knees are soft. Find that nice posture. You can tug on this a little bit if you want to, but we don't want any slack here. Okay. So we're going to be long. And we'll lift up maybe just a little bit. Belly button is in. Turn that top of the chest forward. And we'll lower. And we'll go again. Maybe we come back a little bit more and come down. So as we gradually start to work back, you want to keep your arms long. So if you can't do that without bending your elbows, take a wider grip on your band. And remember, you're in a stretchy band here. So it's also okay to stretch it out a little bit to the side. So move forward and back. Engage your abdominals. And move at your range of motion and at your pace. Some need a little bit smaller. Some of you can do a steady pace, like where I'm working. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, the next time you take it back, find your maximum stretch, which probably will not be your maximum range of motion, though it could be for some people. Just find that stretch. Breathe and expand. And lift up and take that down. We're going to put this band to the side. Good. Coming, I'm just going to stay here. We're just going to move back a little bit here to maybe the edge of your mat, and envision that you're standing up against an imaginary wall and you're going to peel down bone by bone from that wall. If you're newer or have a back issue, follow me with hip width apart. Good. It's harder the closer you take the feet together. It's hardest if you're in the Pilates V. So Pilates V looks like this. Heels are connected. You've got about a 6 width apart between the two big toes. So from here, your hips and your legs should be zipped up as well. So choosing where you're going to be there, nice and tall. Peel off that wall, tucking that chin, scooping in that belly. Try not to shift the hips back. Bending the knees is a better option than doing that. Arms are heavy. They're just doing what they do. Gravity's doing it. But go to your body's limit, which may or may not be the floor. And then from here, root from the hip to the heel. Engage your glutes as you round from the tailbone. Stacking bone by bone. Coming all the way up to standing. And here we go again. Good. Starting from the cervical spine. Moving through the mid-back, the top of the thoracic. Getting into that rib cage, scooping in. Getting into that lumbar a little bit. Sacrum won't really curl, but gravity will help take you down. From here, pressing again through the feet, engaging the glutes from the sacrum. You're going to roll up from the lumbar, through the rib cage, back up to that mid-back, cervical spine. Inhale, reach, and lengthen. Let's open just a little bit here. We're going to come down. We're going to take a plank and a push-up. Arms are up. Ears stay by the arm, or arms stay by the ears. Inhale, exhale, and we round. Another thing that might help, envision you've got a beach ball here. If you're trying to fold over. Once you come to your limit, we're going to walk those hands out. Find your plank. Knees lifted or grounded. Push the floor away from you. Find your length. Turn your elbows forward. Halfway, elbows come straight back. And push. And 2. And 3. Lift back up, bending the knees or hinging from the hips. Walk your hands back towards the feet. Stop your hips over the ankles. Good. And then we're going to roll up, bone by bone. Coming up, a little opening this time. Good. We're going to do this again. We'll stay down there after the push-ups this time. Inhale, exhale, and we round. Now diving over beach ball. Keeping that scoop as best as you can. Coming down, walking it out. Find your planks, knees lifted or grounded. Good. Elbows turned forward. Shoulders are strong. Halfway down, push up 1. Push up 2. Push up 3. Drop the knees. Shift back, little child pose here. Great work. The Pilates push-ups are always challenging for me, but I love them. They're great. So coming back to all fours now. Good. Spreading fingers wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Hips can be over the knees. Knees can be a little slightly wider here if you've got a cranky spine. Good. Belly button is in. I'm going to take the chest forward, tipping the pelvis back, looking forward. Nice cow pose. Exhale, press away. Mad cat pose, looking towards my thigh. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. From here, sink back, decompress if you need to do that for a moment. We're going to work into some sternum drops and then an opposite arm leg balance hold. So from here, coming back forward, good. From your sternum drops, really press that floor away. Good. Now, you're going to do what I tell you not to do all the time. You're going to let the shoulders come up by the ears, and then you're going to push. And drop, and push. And 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. Sink back. Little child pose. Okay, let's find that opposite arm and leg balance. So when we do this, we're going to do a little stretch, and then we're going to hold on each side for a 10 count. Okay, so let's start taking the left leg back, pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Good. Letting that left hip drop just a little bit, evening up the pelvis. Belly button is in, maybe a little micro bend in the elbows so we're not locked. I'm also pressing in and forward into the mat with my hands. Good. And once we've gotten that nice stretch back there, good. We'll shift forward, a little lift, hip height. Careful that the back doesn't drop the higher you lift. So keep that pulled in, and then right arm can come forward. Good. Find your bearings, press the floor away, and we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down, shift back to compress. One more time. Thankfully, we only have 2 sides, right? If we had 4 sides, we'd have to do a lot more work. So coming back, find your tabletop. Right foot's going to come back, pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mount. Drop that hip slightly. Good. Press back through that heel. You're pressing in and forward into the mat. Micro bend the elbows. Belly button is in. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then when you're ready, good. Coming forward, a small lift, hip height. Again, try not to dip. Be nice and strong here. Left arm's going to come forward. Good. Now find your balance and your bearings. Press the floor away. Good. And here we are. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down. Child's pose. Excellent, excellent work. When you're ready, let's come onto the back. Come onto the back. Have your band accessible to your side. And then once you come down here, just give yourself a moment. Maybe resetting your clothes or something here. Just let the knees and the hips go side to side. Belly button is in nice and tight. And once you're ready, we'll come back here. So bringing the hips, knees, and toes back in that alignment, we're going to do some nice pelvic tilting work. So you're zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. Belly button is into the spine. You want to be in a neutral spine to begin. So your hip bones and your pubic bone are relatively in that same plane. Some people have a space in the small part of the back. Some people do not. So be mindful as to where you are and how you feel. So zipping up here, I'm going to tilt the pelvis towards my face, taking my pubic bone in this direction. How far back depends on your own back and body. We just don't want to lift the tailbone up here, okay? So that's something different. So we're still kind of grounded here. And then I'm going to rock that pelvis forward. Maybe a little bit of an arch, maybe not. And come back. And forward. And back. And I'm going to inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. Now from here, let's just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. Let's take that into some arm lifts and then a bridge. So I'm going to come back to my band. I'm going to thread that band between my pointer and thumb. Try to have equal part band on each side. Good. I'm going to reach. Now finding your neutral as I lift my arms. Hopefully that low part of the rib cage stays connected and heavy. If not, stop when it starts to lift. Exhale, coming back forward. Inhale, come back to your range of motion. Pelvis doesn't move. Rib cage should not pop up. And take it back forward. Good. Let's add on here. Pressing into the feet now as you lift the arms up. Maybe lift the hips up. Some of you will come all the way back, others not so much. And then lifting the arms up and then carefully rolling down bone by bone as you come all the way back down from the bridge. Again, reach, press, and lift. And reaching even after you're lifted, maybe. And then from here, lifting arms up and rolling down from the mid-back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, to the sacrum, and back to neutral. One more time. Let's press and reach. Good. And lifting up and rolling that down bone by bone. And coming all the way down. Good. I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to bring my knees into my chest here and rock side to side. And then I'm going to bring my feet back down. Good. So from here, zip up that front body. Arms to be at the side. Inhale. We're going to lift the left. And then maybe do the same thing on the right side. Good. Now lower the left. Lower the right. So as we do this nice and slow, notice what happens here when you lift one side and then the other, and when you lower one side and the other. So you should feel it a little bit more right here. So again, good. I'm going to lift one, and then lower, and lower. Inhale, inhale, lower, lower. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Now reversing that breath. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Notice how just changing the breath can change it. Good. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Now that you've played with the breath, let's do a few more. You choose the breath that works for you and feels the best here. For me, I like to inhale on the lift and exhale on the down, but different people are different. One more time. Good. Now, let's build on that. Let's go into a chest lift. So from here, I'm going to take a leg up and the other one. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Good. Reach. Now, could you lift a little higher? Reach a little deeper with the arms. Lift the arms up and lower that back down. And we'll lower. And we'll lower. And I'm going to keep my arms right here for this round. And then from here, we'll lift. And lift. And lift the chest. Looking towards the thighs, reaching forward, maybe lifting a little higher, reaching a little deeper. This time, maybe reaching the legs a little bit longer. Bending the knees, lifting the arms, lower the chest, and lower, and lower. We're going to do that again. This time, when we lift up, we're going to stay up there for the 100. You choose to keep the legs extended if that's where you want to do your hundreds, or you can bring them back to tabletop and do your hundreds there. So from here, when you're ready, zipping up, just 1 and 2 and lift and reach and lift a little higher, reach a little deeper. Maybe legs reach. You choose staying here or bringing them back to tabletop. Tabletop. Pumping those arms because I can't say that word. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. With the chest higher, reach deeper, and take that down, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hundreds is always all kinds of special for me. I hope it is for you too. It's a nice love-hate relationship to have. All right, let's take this into series of 5. Series of 5. So from here, I'm going to take my arms up. Good. I'm going to lift up 1 and 2 and lift the chest. Good. I'm going to bring my left knee in, reaching right leg long. Hips stay stable, no rotation. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. And 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. Lift up higher if you can. 6, 6, 6, 6. Watch the neck. About a fist should be in there. Woo! And 8, 8, 8, 8. Take that down. Single straight leg stretch. And while we're here for a moment, let's just point and flex those feet. Since we didn't do footwork while we were standing, we'll just do a little bit here. Good. Now, could you press to the balls of the feet like you're making yourself have Barbie doll feet or high heel shoes? And then flex. Ball point and come back and point. And notice how it feels different in even the tops of the feet versus back. Feels different in the shins and the calves. And press. And bend. Roll those ankles in one direction. And then in the other. And take a moment. Spread the toes wide and squeeze them together a few times. We want to keep those little toes nice and supple. They help us walk. They help us balance. They often get banged, knocked into. Good. Okay. Single straight leg stretch. Arms are up. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to come back. I'm going to grab anywhere you can grab behind that left leg. Right leg's going to come long in a hover. Pulse only the leg that you're gripping. 1, 1, switch. 1, 1, switch. 2, 2, switch. 2, 2, switch. 3, 3, switch. 3, 3, switch. 4, 4, switch. 4, 4, switch. 5, 5, switch. 5, 5, switch. 6, 6, switch. 6, 6, switch. 7, 7, switch. 7, 7, switch. 8, 8, switch. 8, 8, switch. Woo! Bring those down. All right, for double leg stretch and double straight leg stretch, we're just going to do those for 4. Just 4 times for those. So from here, good. You can be in parallel with the leg, or you can be in that Pilates V. I'm going to work these in the V. So that means when I pull my knees in here, my heels are connected, my knees are shoulder width apart. So I'm going to come up and reach here, and then I'm going to inhale, zip up and reach, and exhale. And 2, 3, 4, and come down. Same thing with a double straight leg stretch. Be parallel or external. Upper body can be grounded or lifted in C curve. You choose. I'm going to take my C curve. Reach. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And coming down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. All right. Everybody's favorite. We're going into the crisscross. We'll do another pulse sequence here. So remember, hips stay grounded. Hips don't rock with you. That's all from the trunk. So you're rotating from the oblique. Good. And then from here, hands are going to come behind the head. Remember, head presses into the hands, not hands into the head. Lead with your shoulder, not your elbow. And when you're ready, I'm going to up and cross to the left. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. 2, 2, switch. 2, 2, switch. 3, 3, switch. 3, 3, switch. 4, 4, switch. 4, 4, switch. 5, 5, switch. 5, 5, switch. 6, 6, switch. 6, 6, switch. 7, 7, switch. 7, 7, switch. 8, 8, switch. 8, 8, switch. Bring that down. Woo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's take this into a nice gentle twist. Knees in tabletop. Let those knees fall to the left. Look to your right. Breathe and expand. Now you can stay here. Now if you want to take both arms to the right as you take the knees to the left, that might feel lovely too. And when you're ready, good. We'll come back. When you're ready, good. Now take your knees to the right. You can stay here, or maybe you take your arms to the left. Breathe and expand. Big breath. And then we'll come back to center. Good. Grab your stretchy band. And we're going to go into our hamstring stretches and circles here. So I'm going to start with taking my band around the center part of the left foot. I'm just going to move a little bit closer to my wall here for these. Make sure your band is nice and flat. If it rolls, it can snap and hit you in the face. Good. Now, for this one, I don't like to do this big wraparound here that you see people do. The band stretches, so you can always just choke up on it. And remember, because it stretches like me, I like to take it behind me. So this is better for me. So just choke up. There's not a need to do a wraparound here. Wraparound is good for other things, but I personally don't really care for it right here. Breathe. So stretching is okay. Pain, numbness, tingling, burning are not. So if you feel those, you want to back off until you don't. Your other knee can be bent or that leg can be long, whatever feels good to you. And we'll come back up. Good. Both bands into the left hand. So see from here, I'm just going to choke up instead of wrapping around. Both hips are grounded. Legs going to come out to the side. Wiggle around here, find your optimal spot. And again, your right knee can be bent or lengthened. It just kind of depends on what feels good to the back. Good breaths. And we'll take this back up. Good. Now, leg circles. So I'm going to separate my band. And I'm just going to pull straight down here so my elbows are connected to the floor and my belly button is in. From here, it doesn't matter what direction you start with. We're going to circle. 1, go to your range. 2, hips stay grounded. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Also know that the bigger the circle, the harder it is. Smaller, a little bit easier. Belly button's in the whole time. Let's reverse that circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And coming back up. Let's do a midair switcheroo here. So as you switch out your feet, again, make sure that it's nice and flat. Equal part band off each side. Good. Find the grip that's appropriate for you. And then find your hamstring stretcher. This band keeps wanting to. Good. A little micro bend in the knee. Breathe. Upper body's lowered here, not lifted. And then release. Good. From here, good. Find your grip where you need it on the right side. I'm going to move out just a little bit here. Good. And when you're ready, good. Let that leg come out to the left, or to the right. Your left leg can be long or bent. Wiggle around, find your optimal spot. So for me, I'm not a fan of completely re-recording a class if something's not perfect. We're all people. We're all perfectly imperfect. But I've had a big time today confusing left and right and getting the right verbs to come out in proper English. So I do make those apologies. It's kind of one of those days, a Freaky Friday. We'll come back up. Good. Switching over, crossing over. I feel like we did this on the other side. If not, you can pause this video if you're watching the recording and go back and get it. And then from here, good. Let's take this into our circles. So I've got band on each side. My foot is flat. I'm pulling straight down. To get more, you just grip up and pull straight down. Good. So from here, good. Work at your range of motion. 1, 2, 3, belly button in nice and tight. 4, 5, micro bend that knee. 6, and then we'll reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, when you're ready, carefully remove that foot from the band. Good. You can let both knees bend and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Roll over to your side and then press yourself up. So we're going to practice a few little roll downs and roll ups here. So I'm going to do mine with the band. You're welcome to practice these without the band. But I'm going to make sure that that band, again, is nice and flat around the feet. We've got equal parts bands off each side. I'm going to choke up as needed. So from here, sitting nice and tall, I'm going to rock the pelvis back. I'm scooping in the belly button. I have a habit pattern of letting my shoulders lift. So I'm going to try to not let them do that. And roll down. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin, look, reach, 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 reach. Not as much to the left today as I normally am. Good. And then I'm going to fold forward. Stacking, coming back up. So ideally, you want to roll forward and legs don't lift, but I am a work in progress. And rolling that down. There's things that even teachers cannot do. Inhale, exhale, reach. Oh. And round forward. And we'll do one more. So sitting up, rolling back. Good. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale, nodding that chin, coming up, I'm reaching, reaching, reaching. I'm pulling towards the right. Oh, but that's not going to work, but I'm going to come up anyway. Good. And come all the way forward. Woo. Remove that band if you used it. Get a nice little stretch here. And then from here, when you're ready, good. We're going to do some seated rows. So I'm going to grab my band. I'm going to place that band nice and flat around my feet again. Good. Now, this is one where if it feels better to you to do like a wrap here, you can. And I'm going to do a little bit of a wrap here. But from here, I'm also going to give you a couple options. So depending on your band, you can leave it uncrossed like this and do the double pulls or the single pulls in rotation. If you feel like you need a little bit more resistance or challenge than what your band is giving you right now, you can cross your bands. It does not matter which one's on top, which ones are not. Good. You can leave them like this or across. Again, just watch your feet here. Want that band to be flat. And then everything else would still apply. So from here, I'm going to keep my band uncrossed, but just know that that's an option if you need it. Knees can be a little soft if you need it. I'm going to lift my arms up. My belly button is in. I'm going to pull straight back, squeezing those shoulder blades and release with control. Exhale, 2 and release. 3 and release. 4, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Exhale and pull. Good. Left side only. Pull straight back. No rotation yet. In 2, 3, 4. Stay with this if it's enough, or rotate, and we'll go 1. Look where you're going. 2, 3, and 4. Other side. Just a pull. Go 1. Elbow grazes the side of the body. 2. We're still squeezing that shoulder blade. 3. Exhale, 4. Now add rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now from here, with cross straps, which again is going to be more challenging, or uncrossed. Good. We're going to open to the side. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay here or add more challenge. Come back into a lean, long back. 1, 2. More challenge still. Open. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And come all the way up. Release and fold. Good. From here, when we're ready, we're going to take this into side series. Side series. So I'm just going to turn onto my left side. So for side series, different things for different people. You can be up here, you can be here, you can be down here, or even here. This is where I'm going to practice today. So choose where you need to be. It's harder if you've got a nice long diagonal line, shoulder, hip, and ankle, a little bit of balance challenge. It's easier if you pick your legs and take them forward into a 45-degree angle, but keeping shoulder and hips in alignment. So, and then it's also easier still if you bend that bottom leg. So take it where you need to take it. I'm going to bend my bottom leg here, but I'm going to be nice and straight. Good. From here, hip, knee, and toe track forward. My belly button is in, and I'm going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4. Now point the foot and lift 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, toe, knee, and hip are going to turn towards the ceiling. I'm going to lift. I'm going to bend. And I'm going to pretend I'm dragging down the leg. And maybe flexing that foot and lift. And point. Bend. And drag. Flex. Lift. Point. Bend. Drag. Flex. Lift. Point. Bend. Drag and pause. Keep that point. Drag. Lift. Flex. And lower. Point. Drag. Lift. Flex. And lower. Point. drag, lift, flex, and lower. Good. Now from here, pat that out a little bit. Good. Hip, knee, and toe are going to point towards the ceiling. We're going to do a forward kick here, so belly button is in. Pulsing again. Don't let the pelvis move. Pulse, pulse, point and take it back. 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 Good. Bend that knee, grab the shin, the ankle, the foot. Press that knee behind you. Take your hip forward. Quad stretch. And when you're ready, we'll release. Come onto your belly. Good. So we're just going to do 4 really quick climbs here. You choose staying grounded in more of a Sphinx pose, or you come up to where you need to come up. So hands are a little forward and to the side. Rolling shoulders back. Belly button is in. Good. We're going to lift. Swan 1. And lower down. And 2. And lower. And 3. And lower. Inhale. And exhale. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. We're going to take that to the other side. Good. So try to do it the same way that you did on the other side so you can stay relatively even and a little bit more balanced. So what I like to say is whatever your weaker side needs to do that on the stronger side. And then when the weaker side gets stronger, then you can do what the stronger side can do. So train evenly. And when you're ready, good. From here, I'm going to lift 1. Hip, knee, and toe are tracking forward right now. 2, 3, and 4. Now point the foot. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, hip, knee, and toe are going to turn up. Good. We're going to lift, flex, point, bend, drag, flex, lift, point, bend, drag, flex, lift, point, bend, and drag, flex, lift, point, bend, drag. Pause. We're pointed. We're going to drag, bend and lift, flex, and lower. Point, bend and drag, lift, flex, and lower. Point, bend and drag, lift, flex, and lower. Last one. Point, drag, lift, flex, and lower. Kicks, hip, knee, and toe, track towards the front again. Belly button is in. Don't let the hips move around. Kick, point, and take it back. That should have been a pulse. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. Your hip tight. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. It's one more. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. Bend the knee, grab where you need to grab. Good. Foot goes behind you. Hip comes forward. Quad stretch. I'm tighter on this side than the other side. So once you're ready, good. From here, we're going to come to all fours for a moment, and we're going to set up for a nice plank series here. So we're going to do kind of belly down plank here. You can choose forearms. You can choose knees down, knees lifted, or up on the hand. From there, we'll go into a side plank. We'll come back to a plank, and then we'll get that other side. We'll come back down belly plank, and we'll do some leg lift. Okay? So from here, just the basic belly down plank, forearms, knees down, or take everything lifted up on the hand. You choose. Now find your best plank. Find that length. Pressing away. Belly button is in. We're holding, but we're breathing. And we're breathing. And we're breathing. And we're breathing. And from here, I'm going to roll over to my left side. So you can be here. That knee can always come down. Find your plank. Lift up the hips. Reach. We're breathing. Shoulders over or behind that wrist. We're breathing. Take it back. Belly down plank. Your choice. You don't have to do it the same way you did it before. This is a lot. So if you need to modify throughout, do so. Belly button is in. Avoid doing this. Push away. When you're ready, going to the other side, my right side. I'm lifting. I'm reaching. Breathing. Nothing like a good side plank. Building that strength. When you're ready, come back to your plank. Now, from here, good. I'm just going to show you a modification. So if you're a knee down planker today, make sure you're moving a little bit more forward so you're in a lengthen. So when you do your leg lifts and pulses, this is what you're going to look like, okay? Everyone else knows the drill. You're going to be up high with me. So from here, find your starting point. Good. And I'm going to take my feet about hip width apart here. Good. Left side first. Pulse, pulse, lower. Pulse, pulse, lower. 2, 2, lower. 2, 2, lower. 3, 3, lower. 3, 3, lower. 4, 4, lower. 4, 4, lower. Drop the knees, child's pose. Got one more thing we're going to do there. Make it extra special. Good. Now we're going to do a cross with that pulse. So what does that look like? Well, if your knee down and you're in your plank, good. You're going to lift a little bit and you're going to cross, cross, come back to center. Cross, cross, come back to center. Those of you that are lifted, it's going to look like this. Cross, cross, center. Okay, so here we go. Find your plank, starting left side. Here we go. Cross, cross, center. 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 Good. Now this is a bonus. You need to be up high for this one. I'm going to cross left over right ankle. I'm going to lift up and reach. Got a variation on the down dog. And come up and find that plank. And squeezing those inner thighs. And release. Other side. Cross over. And come back. And come forward, finding that cross plank. Squeezing those thighs. Undoing. Knees down. Child's pose. Decompress those wrists. They've worked hard. Shoulders worked hard. The whole body worked hard on that. All right, let's come down to a nice, relaxing stretch after all that work. We're going to come into mermaid here. So a couple things you can do. You can sit with both feet off to one side, just kind of looking like this. Or if you're familiar with the Z position. So from here, this is my right leg, okay? This is my left leg. Okay, so I've got that come back there. Both feet are in flexion, or especially the back one. This one can be here. Flexion will tend to protect the knees a little bit here. Big inhale. Exhale, taking that over and reach. You can go down as deep as you can. You can stay here or you can rotate towards the floor, reaching, reaching. Opening up to the side, using your obliques as best as you can. Try not to jump off that arm. Coming over, this is going to be a deeper stretch. I'm staying right here. And when you're ready, coming back up. Good. We're going to take that to the other side. So taking your legs to the other side, set them up in the way that you need to set them up. And big inhale. Exhale, taking that over. Good. Go to your body's limit. Reaching, choosing to stay here, or rotating and reaching. Breathing. And opening up, moving through center, taking it over, counter stretch. And when you're ready, coming back up, maybe coming out of the Z if you took that. And way to go, my friends. You made it through this Pilates Matwork session with a few enhancements of our resistance band. I hope you got a good session out of that. And I'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye.